This is a refresher video on mean, median, mode, and range. And the important thing to remember with these measures is that you're going to have to memorize and know the definition to be able to know how to solve them. So let's first look at mean. It says mean is the number of candies each person would have if all 5 friends shared equally. Find the mean by moving the candies between the piles until everyone has the same amount. Now this is how you're going to find the mean on the test. You're going to be given some kind of picture, some kind of graph of information. And you need to even it all out. And this is to find the average, okay? So what you'll do is take from the highest and take to the lowest. And take from the highest and take to the lowest. And the highest and take to the lowest until it's all equal. Okay, that's the equal. This is mean. So you can think of mean, M-E-A-N, the E as equal, making it equal. So the answer would be 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces would be shared equally among these 5 people. So it shows it would be mean. The mean would be 4 because each friend would have 4 candies if they shared equally among themselves. Now the median is middle, okay? And the way I remember this is that D is in the middle of the word, and middle has 2 D's. And a median is the thing in the center down a road, like that has trees in it. That's a median, and that runs down the middle, okay? And so to find the middle, you have to first find the numbers that you're dealing with. And so this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is 1. And this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is 3. Now, you found out how much each of those is worth. Now you have to put them in order from least to greatest. So the least is 1, and then 3, and then 5 and 5, and then 6. Now you find the middle number. They have to be ordered least to greatest, because if you just found the middle number on this graph, it would be 1, and that's certainly not the middle number. The middle number, you take the 1 and the 6 and the 3 and the 5, you cross them out, and the middle number is 5. And so the median, the middle number, is 5. So see, they put in 1, 3, 5, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the middle number was the 5. And it doesn't matter which one of these was listed first because they're both 5s. If there are 2 numbers in the middle, say you have 7, 9, 11, and 13. Well, there's 2 numbers in the middle. Then you have to add those up and divide by 2. And so if you add 9 plus 11, that's 20, divided by 2 would be 10. And that would be equal in the middle. Now, mode is probably one of the easiest things to find. And it says the mode is the number that occurs the most often. And so mode, the way I remember it, is it has 4 letters and it starts with M-O. So mode means most, M-O-S-T. And so you again have to look at the numbers, and I've got 5 and 6 and 1 and 5 and 3. And so the number that shows up the most is 5, because 5 shows up twice. Now, if this had been, 3 and 7 and 1 and 6 and 5, then there is no mode. Not 0, because 0 could be a mode if it showed up the most. But the mode is there is no mode. And that's what you put. Now, if you have a situation where your data is 1, 1, 3, 3, 5, you'd have 2 modes. You'd have 1 and 3. So that could happen. So just be aware of that. Then the range is the difference between the largest and the smallest. So you would do that from subtracting. So again, you would label your drawing, and this would be 5, and this would be 6, and 1, and 5, and 3. And your highest number is 6, and your lowest number is 1. And so your range is 5. And the way I remember this is I just say you have to find the highest from the lowest. That is the range. That's the amount that they vary, that they go across. And make sure that whenever you're doing problems like this, that you label everything so that you know what numbers you're dealing with. So here's a vocabulary check. Go ahead and pause and read these definitions and make sure that you know where these words go. And if you don't, go back and look at what the words mean again. So be able to put these words on there. Okay, so now we're going to do a couple of examples. So what I said, the first thing, you need to do your numbers. And you always have to look at your legend, okay? That's what, or your key. And that's what tells you that each one of these baseballs equals 3 runs. And that's important because it's not just the number that's up there. And so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 3 is 24. And 6 times 3 is 18. And 5 times 3 is 15. And 6 times 3 is 18 again. And 4 times 3 is 12. And 18 again. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times 3, 21. So let's do the mode last so that we can, the mean last, so we can deal with the numbers first. So to order these from least to greatest, let's find the median. And that's the middle number. So I've got 12 and 15 and 18, 18, 18, 21, and don't forget the 24 up here. So the middle number, I'm just going to cross out, and it's 18. So the median is 18. And then the mode is real easy. It's the number that shows up the most. And in here, 18 shows up 3 times. So the mode is 18. And then the range is the highest minus the lowest. So I can do 24 is the highest minus the lowest. And so that equals 12. And then I'm going to move these around to find the mean. Now the mean is the average. It's getting them all shared equally. So I'm going to take the highest and move it to the lowest. And, take the highest and move it to the lowest, and take the highest and move it to the lowest. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 3, so 18. So 18 was my median, my mode, and my mean. But you saw how I moved these around and counted up to get 18. And then here, this shows the current number of electoral votes for selected states. And let's get the mean. So I would take the highest to the lowest. And then I would count them up, and each check mark is worth 10. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So it's 100 is the mean, or the average. And it's how much, if they were split equally, each one would get. And then, of course, to find the median, I would go 11. 11 times 10, 110. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 80. And this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 130. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 80. So my mode is going to be the number that shows up the most. So that would be 80. My range would be my highest minus my lowest, and that's 50. And my mean, we said, was 100. And my median would be, I'd have 80, 110, 130. And I have 2 in the middle. So I would add those up, and that would be 190, and I would divide by 2. Two, because in that, so 95. So my median is 95, my middle number. So that gives you an idea of how to use these graphs to find the information that you want to find. So this last one, you can, on your own, figure out the mean, median, mode, and range of this graph and jot this down and make sure and take it so that your teacher can see that you understand the definition of these and how to calculate these things. And so this is DVDs rented in the first 40 customers. Now each one is 2 customers. So you need to make sure and note that.